Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Pylon. I'm your host today, Sean, alongside Ish, Kelly, and Shadow Ninja Hunter. And today we're going to be talking about our best tag team matchup this week, sponsored from D-Generation X. We're going to be talking about the best wide receiver and quarterback combo for this week. And we each got a duo for you guys, and this is going to be the best options for this week. So, Hunter, I know you like your combo a lot, so who's the best tag team for this week?
It's not a quarterback wide receiver, it's a quarterback tight end. I'm looking at Jimmy Garoppolo and George Kittle against Washington.
Okay.
I think Kittle could have a really, really good game against a really, really crappy Washington
Now,
team.
Kittle's had, one good game?
He's been consistent. Like, he did have a breakout game last week, but, I mean...
Against the Rams. So
yeah, so, I mean, other than that,
Rams'
he's been...
defense hasn't been, like, really bad.
Yeah, they've been
insane.
bad.
We're toast.
Well, now they lost, Keith Talib and
Yeah, but they
Peters.
got Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Ramsey. Is he going to
That's
stop?
the trash
stop
talker
Kittle?
himself.
Honestly, Kittle's like the only target I even like. Well, when I watch, like, the only guy that has production, I feel like, is Kittle. So,
Yeah.
well, and then they got their run game, of course.
Yeah.
But I wonder, do you think Jalen Ramsey ever, like, if it's like, 3rd and 1, does he cover Kittle instead of...
I mean, I was actually watching.
Wait, why are we talking about the Rams defense? They played them last week.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah, wait,
I guess we're just on the topic.
Ramsey's the new addition. So
Okay,
I
well,
just
either
want-
way, I was watching this thing yesterday where it was like Jalen Ramsey like trash talking. One of the highlights was like him guarding Gronk. He's like,
Yeah.
"You ain't got nothing on me, Gronk."
Yeah,
I
he's
did
a
So
bigger
like,
guy.
yeah, he could guard the tight ends.
So he's a bigger guy. So
Yeah.
I wonder if Kittle would have had that breakout game last week though, if Ramsey was there.
If they had, yeah.
Because
I don't know.
Peters, I mean, that guy maybe
I don't
he's
know,
really over.
I would only see him guarding Kittle if he lines up like wide, because like if they line Ramsey up on Kittle on a run,
Yeah.
Kittle would destroy.
Yeah,
Ramsey.
no, yeah, okay, yeah, that is true. That is pretty true. So Garoppolo and Kittle against Washington.
Yeah, against Washington.
You know, yeah, they don't really have that great of defense. And they're like ranked 29 right now.
Yeah, something
in,
like that.
pass
The
game,
only game
so-
they won was against the Dolphins. So
Now, do you think Jimmy Graham has like a better game, or do you think, Jimmy Garoppolo has a better game, or do you think Kittle for like the position?
I'm gonna say Kittle.
Kittle, okay.
Yeah, I would say Kittle.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jimmy G hasn't really put up numbers insane. I think he's had one good game. Everything else has been like
it's nothing
below
crazy. I
average.
think again, like he's been very consistent. Nothing like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
But
for sure. Yeah, no, I think that's a good tag team for this week. So Kelly, who do you got for your tag team option this week?
I also have a quarterback and tight end. I got Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz against the Cowboys. Zach Ertz against the Cowboys.
Okay.
And last year, I remember Zach Ertz was like, he had like 140 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Cowboys. And it seems like Zach Ertz is his most reliable target. And the Eagles are in a need to win game. And I think that they'll show up to play.
I got it. Now, so are the Eagles like? Do we think the Eagles are good or are they bad?
They're like
They're
50, like they have all the talent in the world,
Yeah.
but like I don't know, they just haven't been able to put it together.
I just feel like they're meh. Like they're not bad, but they're not like.
I feel like
spectacular, in my
They're
opinion.
good, but they're very susceptible to the pass. Their front seven is second to none in the league,
Yeah.
one of the tops, but their secondary is probably bottom 2.
Okay. No, that is good. Well, the
I mean,
Maddox,
they made Kirk Cousins look good last week,
that
like
is true,
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, because I have been noticing a lot of people on like a trade. It looks like they've done very good against Philadelphia defense. So as a receiver, so I wonder if that, because like you said, no one's really done good against the run. So I wonder if now the Cowboys. So do we think who's gonna win this game? First of all, do we think the Cowboys are? They're on a decline right now. So I just
I
think.
mean, they lost to the Jets.
Yeah, but the Jets.
I mean, the
they
Jets.
do
I
look
don't
good.
know. I think I'm kind of a believer in the Jets, so I don't think they're gonna be like insane.
I don't know.
But I don't think they're like as bad as people thought.
No,
just
they
because
don't
of Luke
suck.
Falk, he made them look like shit.
Yeah, I mean, this week's not the week to bet on the Jets.
I don't know
too.
if Amari Cooper
No,
plays.
yeah, no, I
I think
agree
the
with that.
Cowboys will take it, but if he doesn't play, I think the Eagles will win.
Yeah,
I-
Amari Cooper's
I
a
could
big.
see
I could see it being a good game.
If Amari
Either way.
Cooper doesn't play, I don't
Yeah.
think the Cowboys
Yeah.
stand a chance.
See, I think Dak and Cooper could be a good tag team too for this week. But like you said, I do remember. I think Ertz had like his best game last year against Cowboys. Was that
Yeah.
40 in our league, 42 or something like that? So I think that'd probably be like the best one. Now, do you think Ertz has a better game for the tight end position, or do you think Wentz has a better game for the quarterback position?
I'm gonna say Ertz at the tight end position.
Okay, I'll take that. I got Ertz this week. So Ish, for your tag team for this week.
So we got Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins. I know D-Hop hasn't really lived up to the expectations of first round pick. More often than not, second receiver, maybe even first receiver taken off the boards. But I think he's gonna start bouncing back. I think you'll finally see the production. I don't know if he'll bounce back to that 1 or 2 receiver, just because Deshaun Watson's been doing really good. D-Hop still hasn't really been clicking with him as much, but I think the blow up game is coming. I think it's this week. I think this week D-Hop goes off. I think Deshaun Watson has another strong game. They don't have the best matchup. They play the Colts. They're middle of the road. I think they're 16th against the pass and rush. So it's not a tough matchup. It's not a cakewalk either. But I think it'll be a decent game. So I think they'll be forced to pass a lot.
Now what do we think? I don't want us to hear because he sucks. So what is the issue of DeAndre Hopkins and Deshaun Watson's connection this year?
I don't know. I don't know if
he's getting the targets.
I think it's has to do a lot with people respecting D-Hop's game more, so they're putting more coverage on him, and that's part of their game plan is to stop D-Hop, and that's their main focus.
But we've seen that before though. We've seen that he's had great cornerbacks on him. But I think maybe the addition of Kenny Stills, even though
yeah, probably just more weapons too in general. Will Fuller's back now; he's healthy.
Yeah, and now you got Duke Johnson in the pass game. I know it's not a whole lot, but
they actually have a running back with Carlos Hyde instead of that bum Lamar Miller.
Oh man, poor Lamar.
I think D-Hop's just a chain mover at this point.
Yeah, well, last week he did look like that because
he's looked like that since week 1.
Yeah. No, week 1 he had.
Week 1 he went off.
Yeah,
but since then he's done.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like it's 3rd and 7, and then they just throw it to him to get the first down, and then they forget about him. I know he had a deep target in the red zone last week. It was probably a 40-yard pass, 30, 40 yards, but Deshaun Watson missed them. But they got the 2-point conversion, so it's just he's kind of got a weird scenario going on right now.
What's the Texans' record right now?
I want to say it's 3-3, 4-2,
something like that.
Well, if they're 3-3, maybe they should maybe they'll think all right, we need to overcorrect this and get D-Hop the ball more. That's our bread and butter. But isn't he one of the highest paid players on the team?
Yes. No. Before Michael Thomas, I think he was the highest paid.
So eventually, I think it'll kind of even out. I think he'll start doing good again.
I don't know, because D-Hop's not the best route runner. Most of his production is mossing people or those tough contested catches where, Michael Thomas seems like he's open every time he's throwing the ball.
Yeah, Michael Thomas does.
So I think maybe, he's just not looking his way because he's covered. I don't see him shaking double coverage by his route running abilities.
Yeah, you throw it up at double coverage.
Because, if you noticed week 1, him and Marshawn Lattimore were strictly one-on-one.
Okay.
And, he made those catches. He had, $120 and 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah. So that could be the reasoning behind it. So hopefully that connection comes back this week against the Colts. So my tag team matchup this week is Cooper Kupp at the wide receiver position and Jared Goff at the quarterback position. They're facing Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta gives up the 2nd most to quarterbacks and the 3rd most fantasy points to the wide receiver. And it's got to be a bounce back because last week was one of the worst games. It was the worst game for both of them the entire season. I've been rocking with that combo for most of the season, and I just think that, it was just a dud. 49ers, I know you don't really think the defense is as great, Kelly, but I think that defense is legit.
The Niners defense?
Niners.
Yeah, I think it's legit.
Kelly doesn't think
You don't think it's legit?
No, they're still pretenders.
No, I think they're legit. Don't sleep on the Niners. That's all I can say. Don't sleep on them.
I'll keep sleeping on them.
Oh, come on, man.
But, they did show up the Rams last week, and I just think there's nothing but good matchups and bounce back for the Rams this week, and I think Goff could put up, we already see it once this year. He's put up 500 yards, so I could see that happening again. Cooper Kupp, I see gets 2 touchdowns and 100 yards at least receiving. And I think Cooper Kupp's going to be the most targeted guy this week. He's going to at least have 15, I think. So he's had 15.
What? At least 15?
Okay.
That's a
he's
big
gonna
number
have
for
like
at least.
12 to 16. Let's say that.
So you think at least 12?
At least 12. Okay, at least 12. But
think
we've
that's
seen
kinda
it.
high?
We've seen it before.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I think
pretty
that's
high.
He's had 15 targets
I
already
think like
this
at
year.
least like 8. Like that's like
that's a
like
realistic
a
number.
floor
No,
of
No,
8
don't give me
targets.
realistic. Okay.
That's a
Cooper
realistic
Kupp.
floor. Is that not a realistic floor?
It is.
It is, but
Not
I just
12.
think I think you gotta
12
just
to
understand.
15. Are you crazy?
You gotta understand.
Like I'm not saying he can't get 12. Sorry for
No,
interrupting.
you're good.
I'm not saying he can't get 12 targets, but like as a floor,
Yeah.
I think like least he gets is 8, not 12.
Well, you know, I was just listening to Adam Rank the other day. You gotta understand the
Okay,
matchup.
that's your first
No,
problem.
hold on. Adam Rank,
Rank.
you know, he legit said, like Adam Rank said, the Falcons' defense has pretty much been a cheat code for this fantasy season, and he's right because everyone who plays them has done really well against them. You know, like sometimes the running back position has, if
I
you
guess
guys,
that's
many
true.
touchdowns.
I mean, Miles Sanders played them last week, got his first touchdown. So.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's a running back. So like,
Miles Sanders played the Vikings last week.
Wait, was the Falcons play?
The Cardinals.
Good thing
Yeah,
Kelly's here.
Cardinals.
to
Yeah,
call me out on
Kelly's
this crap.
But you know, I just think it's a cheat code defense, and you're bound to have a good game. Now with the targets, you know, 8 to 15, whatever. But he's going to get the targets, and I think he catches at least 10 passes. How about that? 10 passes, and I think Goff.
That's
You know,
crazy.
You think
He's
at
got 12
least
targets.
You think at least 10 catches?
Yeah, he won't
That's
catch-
a crazy floor.
Watch
Dude,
it
I will
happen.
trade you everyone on my team for that guy right now. Come on.
No, he's gonna get.
You can't
not
be telling me
more.
at
I'm just
least-
telling you what's gonna happen. It's
Dude, at least it's 4. That's a floor.
You
At
said
least.
at least 10.
At least
Okay.
10
Okay,
catches.
okay.
That's
ridiculous.
insane.
That's
If he
ridiculous.
gets 15 targets, he's gonna get at least. 10.
Bro, 15
Do you know
targets
how many
is
mouths to
insane.
feed they have on that
Doesn't matter.
offense?
Cooper Kupp's
Okay.
the number 1 guy on that team.
Even so.
He's the tag team matchup.
No,
Bro,
but
Bro,
10
bro,
touches
you can't
as
be
a
telling
floor?
me. Yeah, it's a floor. That's ridiculous.
Sean,
You can't hate on
you're
that.
on something
What do
else
you mean,
right
hey,
now.
you just said his
Well,
floor
his
is
If
10.
He's getting 15. Okay, let's say he gets 12. Floor targets 12.
No,
Ten.
you can't have 12 as your floor.
And just watch. It's gonna happen.
It's
not gonna
what?
happen.
Did,
He's
Rob,
seen his
did
numbers
Robert
this year.
Woods and Cooper or
Brandon Cooks?
Brandon
Brandon
just
Cooks-
die?
Brandon
What are
Cooks
they?
is irrelevant to fantasy football, and Robert Woods is a nice flex option. Cooper Kupp's ranked 5, the wide
Are you crazy?
wide receiver position, and it's gonna happen. Just watch.
Oh,
just
dude, I'm
watch.
not saying it can't happen, but
It
like
will.
as a floor, that's insane.
As a fantasy analyst, I'm stating this
Oh,
now.
dude.
This is gonna
You know
happen.
how many subscribers we're gonna lose from this?
No, we're not gonna lose much. We don't have much. We can only gain from here on out. So.
Oh my
All right.
God.
Well, those are our tag team matchups this week, and I guess we'll just have to see what's gonna happen. So we'll catch you on the next episode of Fantasy Pylon. Thanks for watching.